If you are self-employed, getting a mortgage can feel like climbing the mountain. But is it really as hard as people think? Today, we are going to straight to the source and asking Mortgage Pro what it really takes to get approval when you own your own business. Hi everyone, สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to my channel. This is Sai Brown, your real estate go-to expert. Over the year, I have held many clients who are self-employed, entrepreneur, freelancers, business owner, and one of the biggest concerns they have is, can I even qualify for a mortgage? That is why I'm sitting down today with Adele, an experienced mortgage lender, to break down the truth, the requirements, and the option available if you are self-employed and looking to buy a home. Hi Adele, thank you so much for joining me today. And I just know lots of my clients are going to get so much value of our conversation. So could you please introduce yourself and the company?
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me on your show. My name is Adele Bias. I'm with Americana Home Loans, and I look forward to helping as many self-employed people out there that I can.
And I'm sure they look forward to get some value information from you. And so let's just dive into it.
Okay.
So what are the biggest misconceptions about self-employed borrowers? And is it actually harder to qualify or just a different documentation?
So there's not too much misconception. I think a lot of it is self-employed borrowers do tend to get frustrated because they do tend to make quite a bit of money, but if they have a very good accountant, those accountants should be writing off a lot of their expenses, so their bottom line on their tax returns, that we have to use as lenders, doesn't really show quite a bit of income in order to qualify for a purchase of a home. So when I do have customers that are self-employed and they're writing everything off, we do have alternatives. We have 12-month bank statements. You have to put a little bit more money down depending upon your credit score. Will depend on what your interest rate's going to be, what your down payment's going to be. I do have this amazing, wonderful product that I have not seen in the 30 years that I've worked in this industry. It's an FHA loan. It's for self-employed borrowers. You only have to put 3.5% down. The credit score is 640. You do have to have a 2-year business license, but I have never seen a self-employed only using their profit and loss. I've never seen them not have to put 10% down or more. So this is like a program that I absolutely adore, and I want to try to help as many self-employed buyers as possible.
640 credit score, guys. That is unreal. So next question, Adele. So what kind of paperwork do the lender typically ask for?
So if we do end up going bank statements, it would be 12 months business or 12 months personal, all pages for their bank statements. And then basically I just calculate all of their deposits. If there's like some kind of deposit that's out of the ordinary, I have to usually throw it out if I can't really verify or source where that's coming from. And then I take all of their deposits divided by 12, and then that's going to be their actual gross income. We do have other products like DSCR. It's 20% down. That's kind of like back in the day where it was stated. So on the application, it's primarily your name, your phone number, social security, date of birth, and 20% down, possibly 25, depending upon what your credit score is. These type of loans are called non-qualifying loans because they don't fall into the Fannie Freddie kind of guidelines. So they do require a little bit more money down, and they also do come with a little bit of a higher interest rate. So, there's so many different varieties of how we can try to help someone that's self-employed.
How many years of the self-employment income do most lenders want to see?
So if we are going to try to do traditional tax returns, we definitely want 2 years. So we would want to see your 23 tax returns and your 24 tax returns. So When you're looking at your tax returns for your income, you're going to go straight to what's called a Schedule C, which is a profit and loss. Your line 1 is going to be your gross income. So let's say you made $100,000 in 2024, but your accountant wrote off, $80,000. So your bottom line, which is line number 31, which is what we have to use, you're only showing that you made $20,000 for the whole entire year. So when you take that divided by 12, that's not a lot of income to help you qualify. So then that's why lenders came up with other options. But there again, don't forget, we have that amazing 3.5% down for FHA, which I really want to try to see if we can utilize that as much as possible and get people into homes that, have the 2-year business license, have the credit score, but just didn't have the 10% down.
So in other words, you might have to be careful, for put it in, deduct a lot of expenses. That's not good.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah.
So are there specific loan program designed for the self-employed buyers, and can the bank statement loan or alternative income verification help?
Oh yeah, definitely. So, you'll have your traditional full doc, which is your 2-year tax returns. You'll have the program that I have, which is a 2-year business license with a 2-year profit and loss. You'll have business bank statements for 12 months. You'll have your DSCR. There's also a program it's an FHA product that, let's say you're W-2'd and you're a bartender and you work for a small company, but yet your tips are not being reported. As long as your employer is willing to fill out that verification that you make $4,000 a month in tips, but it's not on your tax or your pay stubs, then we can still definitely use that as long as your employer is willing to complete that verification of employment.
So what the most common mistake that the self-employment borrowers make and delay or kill their approval?
There's really not too many mistakes that they can make. Ultimately, you become self-employed because you know that you can make the money and you don't want to pay that much taxes. So what I try to educate my customers, because a lot of them want to go back and change their taxes because they want to be able to go FHA 3.5% and get the really low interest rate or conventional. But if you go and change your taxes and now you're going to claim $90,000, you could possibly have to send to the IRS $40,000, where instead of sending that to the IRS, why not save that and use that for your down payment, or we can help you buy down your rate a little bit. That way you can get in a home. It's just that it seems like such a shame to have to just send all that money to the IRS just so that you can show that you have a profitable business, because there are other alternatives that we can help you try to get into a home with.
I see. So what steps should the self-employed person take today if they plan to buy, say, within the next 12 months?
The best thing to do, honestly, is to get a hold of Sai or get a hold of myself. Let's talk. Let's figure out the best method. If we're going to go full doc, do we want to go bank statements? Do we want to do DSCR? Will you qualify for that FHA 3.5% down? So the best thing to do is call us. Even if you think, oh, my credit score is not that great, as long as we can get an idea of what your income's going to be, then we can help you build up your credit so that you can get the credit score where we need you to get. But you'll never know unless you give us a call.
Give us a call, guys. So last question. So how does working with the right lender make the process smooth?
If you work with the right lender, they're going to ask you the right questions, and there's not going to be a whole bunch of back and forth. And you think you have an approval, and then you go into contract, and your lender submits the loan, and they're like, oh gosh, I really messed up. You really don't qualify, or they overqualify you the wrong way. So the best thing to do is make sure that you go with a very experienced loan officer like myself and a very experienced agent like Sai, and we'll definitely guide you down the right road.
That is really helpful information, Adele, and I'm sure that it's going to be big helpful value for for all the view that is listen to this video. And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you when we see you.
Bye.
So if you are self-employed and thinking about buying a home here in Las Vegas, don't let the mortgage process hold you back. Reach out to me. I will connect you with trusted local lender like Adele, who know exactly how to help self-employed buyers succeed. And I would love to guide you every step of the way. Here are the things, guys. The bottom line is this. Being self-employed does not mean you cannot buy a home. It just means the path is different. With the right preparation, the right paperwork, and the right team, home ownership is absolutely within reach for entrepreneurs and business owners. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave the comment below. I really love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Until then, bye for now. ลาก่อนค่ะ